Welcome back to the TGOM podcast, where instead of two gamers, we have one guy and one girl. So two guys would also be incorrect. It would have to be one guy, one female, one microphone, aka
The best freaking podcast you've ever seen.
Og of Ohm. Ogof Ohm. Welcome back to Ogof Ohm, guys. Here, one girl, or one guy, one female, one microphone. Rolls all right at the tongue. Anyways, so this week we're going to be talking about Miitopia, and Miitopia exclusively, because that's what my sister, I gave her Miitopia on my DS, because I own it on my Switch now.
And I just finished it.
Because it's one of my favorite games of all time. Not a joke. I've beat it at least 4 times. And Lindsey, you beat it the first time. Very proud of you.
Oh, thanks.
How was it?
It was quite an adventure. I remember when Jacob first gave me, he handed me the DS and was like, "Here, play Miitopia," and I went, because I've been wanting to play for like. When did you first get the game? Do you remember?
It was before the pandemic. I know that, yeah.
Oh my gosh. But I remember vividly, we were watching a movie once, and he pulled out one of the lawn chairs that we have in our den area, and he was sitting in the lawn chair, and he was playing Miitopia through the movie, and I just kept looking over, and I was like, that looks so freaking cool. Fast forward to early September, and Jacob hands me his DS, and I'm like,
2DS XL.
yes. And says, "Here, play," and I went, "Are you serious?" And the day that he gave it to me, I think I played for 5 straight hours. And I think I made a very bad decision when I decided that all of my characters in my game would be friends of mine from college. Didn't tell any of said friends from college. And I got very attached. So when I got to the end and the villa opened up and half of my team left for the villa and they were all like, we want to go. I was like, my friends are leaving. I don't know what to do. I did actually panic. Which I don't know what that says about me, but it's not good. So yeah, it's a very good game. It is a very good game, and every time that the Dark Lord like steals the team and like all of your levels too, I would get really upset because I was like, I was just playing with my friends and now you took them away. And then I got new friends and then they're gone too. And then the next new set of friends, they're gone. Anyway.
Yeah. So what's your favorite class?
Ooh.
Have you played around with all of them or just some of them? Second question.
Second, yeah.
Well, let me answer what you think.
Okay.
My favorite class is definitely not the tank.
It's not the tank.
The tank sucks. Everyone should know this. It does not do damage, and the only time it can do damage is by risking its friendships, which at the end of the day is not very helpful.
No.
Sometimes they will do more damage if they're angry with each other, but I don't think it's really worth it. It's like a worse chef, but the chef is more useful because the chef can actually do healing and not only, anger things. Also, I have a bias because I love the chef. One of my favorite classes. But my favorite class is probably, the flower, maybe? No, not the flower. I like the flower, though. Flower is fun.
I thought you said you liked the princess.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, the princess is definitely my favorite class. Yeah, you're right. It's just such a good utility class. The princess can do about everything. Good damage, good support stuff. Raises your MP with tea time. Does escort, so you can protect her or him. Anyone can be a princess.
There's no discrimination with the princess.
No. it's honestly, it really is my favorite class because how much you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what's your favorite class? 'Cause I'm sure you've thought about it now.
Yeah. So the classes, I think I've played 4. And I started off as a thief, then went to scientist, then princess, and I did like being the princess. And then when I was able to do the vampire class, I leveled up, I think about 17, 18 levels in vampire. Um, but my favorite overall, it has always been the thief class because I know this with D&D too. I love hitting things. And with the thief, if you do like their base attack, you hit have all of the bad guys. So I'm like, aha. Really like that. So, which is I'm gonna switch to D&D really quick, just to
Okay.
nerd out here. I play a gunslinger gnome in D&D. And before that, I was a barbarian gnome. And both of them do really heavy damage. And it makes me so happy. Yeah, I love being the tank in a class, whether it's Miitopia or D&D. So
Yeah, I in other games I play, they're like, well, okay. One of my claims to fame being a podcaster having 300 hours in Paladins, which is a hero based shooter. It's like Overwatch but worse. And well, Overwatch 2 is out now, and maybe it is bad. No, they're both bad. I've stopped playing the game. But I played lots of tanks and healers. That was like my favorite thing, tank and support, because I don't know, I like being bulky, and I also liked healing myself.
well, and you were while you were playing yesterday on your Switch, you were telling me how because he plays the flower class right now in Miitopia.
I love the flower.
He's like, I love healing. I love being the support. If I'm able to help heal people and they do damage, we're great. We're copacetic. I added the copacetic. Jacob would never say that word.
Well, I think it's not only that I like healing people, it's also the fact that the AI, you can't control your other characters, so you have to think about what's
That's
easy
true.
and what can I give them that they're able to do without. There's a chance that they just like don't do that.
Yeah.
Which is why I almost always hyper my warrior, because then they're gonna use their banana and heal themselves and waste a turn, or they're going
to hit something and do 300 damage.
Yeah, and they're gonna do the shielding all party members. But it doesn't matter if you have a character that's kind, because they could still do that for you. And if they're attacking the princess is gonna get out of the way or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And also, when you have 3 other support characters, it's like you take a little bit of damage. There's 3 people to help you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I make it easy on them to do as much damage as humanly possible. So,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, Miitopia it's a simple game. It's not hard at all, because it's obviously for children, because every 15 minutes they tell you to get off.
Actually, it's 30. Because I to control myself, I'm taking the mic. I can't
That's
control
fine.
myself with this game.
You're better than Nick.
Oh?
Because Nick, I would like hold it out like this,
Uh-huh.
and he would just like, okay. So while we were doing the offline collab, if you want to call it that, he like when you brought out the tea, I would face it towards him while he was talking, and then he would turn around and grab his tea while talking, and I'm like, they can't hear you. He only did it like twice, but
It was enough.
it was fine. The thing about Miitopia is that it's just really easy, and then like there's the 30-minute breaks.
Yep.
Because it's literally made for children, but there's also a lot of depth in the food and there's not a lot of depth in the items. It's pretty linear, but like the food is pretty deep. So, because like when people look at it, they're like, "Oh, I just need to feed them to make them full," and it's like, no, that's boosts, honey. You gotta boost them, you know. So, what were you saying?
Oh, so
30-minute breaks.
yeah, 30-minute breaks. I'm in grad school right now, and I have a very big deadline coming up, and I've been playing Miitopia nonstop for the last month and a half now. So today, because I again can't not play Miitopia, apparently, I set a timer for 30 minutes and would play Miitopia for about 30 minutes. And I kid you not, 3 minutes before the timer went up, it would say, continue playing? Or that's it for now. And I'm like, I want to click continue, but I can't. And then I'd click that's it for now and turn off the DS and be a good little girl and do my homework.
And then you get to see my cool DS background with
He does have a pretty cool.
the Versus Steven song. We were watching Pokemon last night and we both almost cried.
Multiple times. I almost cried multiple times.
When did you? Okay, so you cried during the Pikachu
Yeah.
part.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So what was the other one?
It was when Magikarp left. No, it was with the Corgi Pokemon.
Oh,
Oh.
Yamper?
Yeah.
Yeah, Yamper.
Yeah, every time that he got sad, and I just wanted to, just cuddle with it. I felt so bad. He just wanted love. That's all he wanted. Ow, I just popped my shoulder.
Anyways, yeah, the Pikachu thing was really sad.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, he leaves. Ash is training with Riolu and kind of neglects Pikachu, and then Pikachu and Mr. Mime run away. Well, Mr. Mime chases after him. And they go back to Ash's house, and then Ash is there, and he's like, Pikachu, I was so worried about you.
And sobbing.
And then yeah, and then they did. I cried when when Ash was singing the song, and Pikachu was going, Pika, Pika. That was fun. I like that. That was cute. I like Pikachu. The first time I cried during a movie was a Pokemon movie. It was when Ash dies, or when Ash and Pikachu die, or when Pikachu dies. One or the other one. They come back to life though, because it's a Pokemon movie. But it was very sad.
Oh, that's terrible. No.
So. And I mean, when I saw the part of that episode where the Spearows attack Mr. Mime or whatever, I was like, this is familiar. This is the first episode of the show ever. Because that's when they meet or whatever. So, yeah, I love Pokemon. I've been playing Brilliant Diamond again. And I really think that a lot of people hate on new gen Pokemon because it's easier, which it is, but whatever. But I think every Pokemon game has its own place, because I think they're all good in their own right, and I think every generation that plays it makes it, that's their game, Well, obviously not their game, but that's the generation those people connect to the most. And the only one I think that would break from that mold would probably be me, because I was in second grade when Black and White came out, and I hadn't even played Pokemon at all. It wasn't until 6th grade that I got a Pokemon Sapphire for the Game Boy Advance. And I got a Game Boy Advance and Pokemon Sapphire from some kid on the bus, and I was scared Mom was going to take it away from me. Because I just took it from someone, even though I didn't take it, he gave it to me.
I remember that.
And, that's Gen 3 is now one of my favorite games. Or Pokemon Sapphire is one of my favorite games. Because it's just, oh man. And I used that song, which we can talk about this in a minute. I used the Pokemon Gym Leader, or the Gen 3 Gym Leader song in the anniversary video.
Do you really?
That's the first song, or the second song that plays, I guess.
Okay.
It's after the that one.
Yeah.
It's that song. Because it's a banger. It's so good. So it always hypes me up before a gym battle, or during a gym battle, I guess. But yeah, I have a deep connection with Pokemon, even though I only really got into it in high school, which is weird. But so yeah, I'm also making an anniversary video. And Lindsey, what's your favorite part
Oh, thank you for stop.
Sorry.
It's either the Beware the Well part. Arigato.
That's probably one of my favorites too. Arigato.
That one's great. And the four scissors.
I'm hearing a lot of Nick, not a lot of me. So.
The part I did not expect you to include. I don't know why. I didn't expect him to include any of the episode where I, like here where I stepped in for Nick. That was the overlap day where I was home for like 24 hours and then left again. And at the end it just says, I think that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. And then Jacob goes, I don't remember what you said.
I'm really bad at it. Something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I liked that part more for sentimental value than anything. And he comes back in, and there's a nail sticking out of the back of his head. Jacob telling that story to me when he got home from New York, I was rolling. It was so funny. So, those are some of the highlights for me. Creme de la creme for me. So.
And it's not done yet. I still have...
That's only 10 minutes.
16 episodes, 20 episodes left, something like that.
Holy crap.
And it's like 10 minutes long so far. I won't give away too much about it because I want it to be kind of surprising, but not really. Because it's an anniversary video. It's kind of paying tribute to everything that's happened between here and then. And I really do like to think about it as two separate eras of TGOM, because there's the first 16 episodes, which are before I leave for 2 months, which are funny in their own right, but it feels like that after that, like in the TGOM's revenge era, what I like to call it, is like that's when I think we really caught our flow, you know?
Yeah.
When we really put together what we wanted to do, you know, or what we wanted to be, I guess, as a podcast. So, yeah.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you think after the year anniversary that we're entering a new era?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I would think so, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean... I would think we would be entering a new... Okay. I think we'd be entering a new era, but... Yeah. Well, I mean, as time changes... Well, you know what's probably going to change it? It's probably when Nick moves. That may be the next era. See how we can adapt to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I want to say, even though like lots of the clips I noticed in the video are of me talking, like I'm like kind of spearheading the joke or whatever, but I think those pale in comparison to the few times that Nick says a joke, because those I think are just he's unironically so funny, and it's just like sometimes you don't get it, but when you get it, it's like it's really funny. Yeah, like because sometimes he tells a joke better than I can, like with the arigato thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was trying to get to that, but he hit it way better than I did. So, yeah.
Beware the well. So, oh, no. I see.
Beware the will. Sometimes you can still hear them at night whispering, arigato. It's... So, yeah.
Was that planned? Was that joke planned, or did he just say that was just him?
Yeah. Well, the joke I came up with the joke of us going to, two of us going to Japan and being like arigato.
Yeah.
But then he was like, oh, and I was like, we're gonna get kicked down a well or something, and he was like, yeah, we're gonna be the ghosts of the well. And I was like, arigato in a ghostly voice. But then he's like, And then he said that, and it was way funnier than what I said. So,
You really you can't put Nick Hodap in a box. You just can't. Because as soon as you do, he breaks it. And you go, ah!
I never put him in a box.
Well, no, I'm not saying that you put him in a box on purpose.
Yeah, I guess. I just, for how long we've known each other, I know he makes jokes sometimes, and sometimes they're just not funny. But like, and then I'm usually the one, and also just making the podcast for so long. Like I know that, well, so long, it's been almost a year, but I know that I'm gonna be the person probably making the joke, and he's probably going to repeat the joke. 'Cause that seems to always happen. Like he'll mumble it under his breath and then laugh some more. And nothing against it. I mean, like I do the same thing. But those times when he like kind of comes up with his own thing and says it, and it's really funny. Yeah, it's good. Especially that time when we were talking about The Office versus Parks and Rec or something,
Mm-hmm.
and he like doubled back on something to like make fun of you, and it was the funniest thing I think he's ever said. I don't even remember what he said, but it was so funny because we were like making fun of you for liking The Office. I think I don't remember. This is a while ago. This is like either second or first server of Frycraft, and he was like, we were like, "Oh, you like The Office? It's so cringe or whatever." And then he like made a callback to something we had said earlier, and it was so funny. So.
Well, Nick has to die now.
Yeah, okay, cool. Anyways, so that's Nick. I think he is even though sometimes he can't show up, it's because he's busy. And the things that he does do are enough to keep the podcast going, so that's all I could really ask for. Okay, there's something else? There's something that you wanted to talk about? Since I can't pull up my topic sheet.
Oh. So, I don't know if this is a challenge, kind of a challenge. I told Jacob that he couldn't use his topic sheet. So that's we've been playing Sam and Max.
Oh yeah.
This week. And we finished Sam and Max Save the World. And that game is so funny. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. You're still talking.
I know.
Why'd you hand it to me?
I don't know. I thought you had something. I'm sorry.
No, but I can talk.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got Sam and Max Save the World and Sam and Max Beyond Time and Space for $30 on the Switch. Mm-hmm. It looks awful. That's okay. And we beat Save the World yesterday or last night, and then we started Beyond Time and Space. And I'm gonna admit it. I had to watch a tutorial multiple times to get through some parts, but I really didn't take away from my experience because I tried to watch only enough to solve the problem and then try to solve the rest of it myself. But I mean, yeah, you're right. It is so funny.
It's so good.
It is like, yeah, it's hilarious. I think my favorite chapter is definitely Teddy Bears. The Mafia.
The Mafia place?
That's definitely Mafia free playland. That's definitely my favorite part. I love that one so much.
Mafia, no! We're Mafia free!
We're Mafia free. Yeah, it's so funny. That's like short. It's like barely first over the Secret Service guys doing.
That kick line was
doing the kick line song about war. It's just so funny. What's your favorite chapter of Sam and Max? Or Sam and Max Save the World, I guess. You can't say the Santa Claus one because you haven't finished it yet.
I wasn't going to say
And it's also a completely different game.
I wasn't going to say the Santa...
I was just making sure.
I'm trying to remember them. I have a soft spot for the first one. Because it was the first one. Also... I don't know, the idea that you had to punch people to
break the
hypnosis.
Yeah.
but also being the stars of our own sitcom that later,
That's the second one.
yeah, that later got canned.
The very next episode got canned. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know you're hiding a cow. You just put a plate on its head, and the chicken comes in. The chicken landlord.
Oh yeah. By the way, Sam and Max are a dog and a bunny, a psychopathic bunny. Let that be known.
A freaking psychopathic bunny, who, the Lake of Cuteness in episode 5, and it's just kittens.
Oh, you mean when it turned into a text-based game?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was hysterical in its own right, except for going down and having the entity thing.
The shambling corporate presence.
Yeah, did not like that part. But the kittens and the fact that Max was just like, I hate it, take it back. And Sam's just, it's fine. Actually, it's quite pleasant. And Max is like, oh no, they're turning you.
Yeah.
They're just golden moments. And all of Sam's like sweet hairball.
It's like the Robin from the 60s Batman and Robin.
Oh yeah.
It's like that, but 10 times better.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
60s Buttercup on a breadstick and it's something. The commissioner called.
And it gets longer each episode.
Yeah.
It has to be like 3 words longer each time. It's so good.
It's so funny. And then your closet has a bunch of memorabilia from all the cases you solved. And past the mafia one, you have a guy up in your closet, just like locked in the closet. You also sell the deed to America to Canada, the Queen of Canada, which works on your street as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, here's the thing to get the deed. I don't know if this is spoilers or not. I don't really care.
It is spoilers, but
okay.
It's okay.
The dude that's tied up in your closet has somehow eaten the deed to America. So you have to make him vomit up the deed of America. And then Sam goes, it's still moist. And then you give it to the Queen of Canada for a lot of money.
$1 trillion Canadian.
$100 trillion
Canadian dollars. With the new $1 trillion Canadian bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, some of the puzzles are kind of weird. You really have to try literally everything and remember about everything. So that's why in the new one, or not the new one, but in the one we just played started last night, I was trying to press everything.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to see where everything was, and I'm still stuck. So I did it wrong, I guess. But
surely that trampoline has to do something, and so does the bomber.
Yeah, and the cannon that literally fires when you shoot it.
Yeah, there's got to be a way that you set it up so that when Santa opens the door with this machine gun,
that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother thing. Oh yeah, and the soda poppers are there. Oh my!
The decoding. Okay, the decoding conflict is probably one of the funniest parts. I know I've said that a lot, but them fighting over Mount Rushmore is so funny. So
well, and the fact that one of them wants to use it as a monument to help promote abstinence from soda.
Oh, his name is Whizzer. I love Whizzer. Yeah, okay.
A break for number 1.
The real questions. Who's your favorite soda popper? Specs, Whizzer, or the other one?
The other one.
What's the other one's name? Popper? No.
Peepers.
Peepers, yeah.
It has to be Specs because I think he's the least chaotic out of the 3.
Yeah. I'm a Whizzer boy all the way. Okay, so then who's your favorite Sam and Max character? Of all the characters, who's your favorite?
It's Max. Max is my favorite. I want to give him a hug, but I also know that if I squeeze him too hard, he's going to shoot me.
He may shoot you before you even grab him.
Yeah.
My favorite's either Bosco or Super Ball. It's one of those two. Super Ball's the Secret Service agent. Did he have to give the
You make him the like honorary secretary of the interior, and then
you have to make it Easter Sunday.
We had to make it Secretary's Day, so he takes the day off, and
Okay,
then
yeah.
Easter Sunday.
Well, he just needs to have a national holiday.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's different. Yeah.
Oh, I guess you could have done Easter.
There was that egg in the golf. No, I made it Easter because there was an egg in the golf hole, but then I never used the egg, so I'm like, okay, I don't want to grab that. It also never. I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe it was just a souvenir.
It's a good game.
It's a very good game.
But yeah, Super Bowl is really funny because I like his monotone dialogue, where
I'm crying on the inside.
Yeah, where Lazy Max is like, okay, there's a whole nother part of like the very end of the game where like Lazy Max is like, what's the point of getting up or whatever, and Super Bowl's like brought to tears.
I'm on the verge of tears.
I'm on the verge of tears.
And says it.
It's so funny. In Bosco, just every time you walk in, especially the last time when he turns into his mother, and Max is like, "Hey, Bosco, oh, Jesus Christ, what happened?" It's like, "Hi, fellas." Oh man, so it's really funny. Also, just the amount of times, like all the times, he's like, "That'll be $1 trillion, or that'll be $100 billion."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Well, I keep raising the price, and you keep meeting it, so why not?"
Why's that?
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Yeah. Episode 1 starts $10,000. That's all we have to pay. By the end, it's 100 trillion.
I hope we see Bosco again.
I would think so.
Well, I tried to go in the DeSoto to drive. Oh, by the way, you do get to the moon by driving your car to the moon. The internet episode's pretty good too.
That one's very funny. Yeah.
Especially when you turn 2D and like you're.
And you just walk. Oh my word.
I laughed really hard.
You were laughing so hard. Oh my
I just loved how they walked, and like if you turned just the right way, you just could not see them because they were 2D. Oh man. Sometimes the puzzles are very fun. They're pretty creative how you put it to how you do it. Like that time I had like in the internet episode where I had to get the +2 sword.
Yeah, and you had to use
the slime.
Slime to get it out.
That was pretty.
That was smart. That was smart.
I wasn't even I was like, this isn't gonna work, and then it worked. I was like, oh, it worked.
Well, see, now I was thinking about saying, hey, Jacob, use the thing, see if that works as a lubricant. And then he did it on his own. See, look at you.
The problem is playing games with her is that she just likes watching. She does not like playing the game. So it always ends up to me playing, and you're like.
Well, in my defense, there was something that we were doing last night, and I did try to I thought that it was back to Miitopia when you were doing rock, paper, scissors with the robot. And they tied the first time, so they were going again, and I was thinking in my head, he needs to go with rock. He landed on it, so I was like, okay, I don't need to tell him. Then he switched to scissors at the last second, and the robot had rock, and he played scissors, and I was like, I knew you should have played rock, and he went, why didn't you say anything? And I went, you were on it. I didn't have to, and then you changed your mind. That's not my fault.
Yeah. Sorry. You should have said something. Anyways. Are we back to Stamina Max?
We can go back to Stamina Max.
Stamina Max, it is a fantastic game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes the puzzles are confusing, and other times I watch the video and I'm like, oh, why did I not think of that?
Yep.
And there was
or where you had all of the pieces, but you just didn't put them together.
That's what I did during
the second one.
The TV episode's pretty great too. Now I'm rethinking my decision on teddy bears.
I don't know. Teddy bears was pretty good.
Yeah, but the TV, you literally use your uranium pellets to make a cake and then pour ketchup on it and feed it to Whizzer, so he has to go poop. and then you use the helium balloon connected to a
Inhaler.
inhaler with a curly straw, and then you go, "Hawoo!"
And you break glass.
and you break Specs' glasses.
And a water glass. When you're on the talk show.
Oh, that's when you're on Myra. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that one also made me feel good when I figured out what I was supposed to do with Myra. And then yeah, so and Max is also great. I'm just thinking. Okay, do you like Sybil?
Yes.
Sybil?
I do. And so at the beginning of is it Through Time and Space?
Beyond Time and Space.
Beyond Time and Space. Sybil's store gets launched by a giant robot that's coming to kill Sam and Max.
Mamotron.
Mamotron? Hey, I get it! Oh my gosh. So, but like her whole store, like is just thrown. And I was like, well, there go all of my hopes and dreams of seeing Sybil again and figuring out what job she has. Because her job changes every episode. So I'm concerned. I'm very concerned if we're going to see her again. But I think we're going to see Bosco because he stuck his head out of Bosco's Inconvenience.
Great store name.
It's a beautiful store name, and it's true. His store is very inconvenient. So.
I think. Okay, I don't think we're gonna see Sybil again.
No.
I mean, maybe we. I don't know, but on the cover of the first episode of Beyond Time and Space, there is a different person, different hot lady, so we may see her.
That's true. Actually, Sybil's probably spending all of her time with the head of Abraham Lincoln's memorial.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln is a robot now. You have to beat him in front of. That's a great episode. Why isn't that my favorite? Oh, I know why that one was my favorite because that one took us. That one made me want to.
That one took freaking forever.
That one made me want to pound my head into a wall. Still great, but the puzzles were kind of abstract. It seemed like. Oh, and it also I think came to the point where I don't think I was looking at everything, or there was so much to look at in the office, like the Oval Office.
There was so much to look at in the office, yeah.
And then lots of it was useless. Like the Declaration of Independence, but it could also be the map of Lithuania. That's really funny.
Well, I thought it said both of those things, but I looked at it, it said the U.S. Constitution.
They don't know how to read, so.
It is a dog and a bunny. And a bunny.
And the bunny constantly says, I don't know how to read. And that's one of its main motifs is I don't know how to read. Is that the correct usage of motif?
I think so.
Yeah.
And then he uses a really, really big word in one of the episodes, and Sam looks at him and goes, the only reason why I got you those encyclopedias is because you assured me you don't know how to read. But I think he's lying to us all.
It could be, yeah. What other games have we been playing together? We played Ultimate. Do you want to talk about that? Your new Duck Hunt fame?
Dude!
Don't yell.
I'm sorry. I'm very excited. The Duck Hunt character
It's just called Duck Hunt. You don't need to say the Duck Hunt character.
Well, I don't game. There's a reason why I'm the coach of NBG.
Yeah.
Because those who can't do teach. I hate that saying. I hate that saying. That's not why I want to be a professor in writing. That's not why I'm getting my MFA. Ugh!
My feet are cold.
I'm sorry that your feet are cold. What was I saying? Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt is a great character. So cool. For people who grew up with an old Nintendo and played the original Duck Hunt.
NES.
I love that throwback to that game. Low-key really wish that they would release an updated version. I would play Duck Hunt. If I had the opportunity to play Duck Hunt again, I would.
Nintendo has... Okay, well, I'm not going to buy it, but Nintendo Online does a which is like $12 a month. I'm not paying that.
Oh, okay.
They have like an NES collection where you can play NES games, and that may be one of them. I don't know if it is or not, but so I just thought I'd say that. Yeah, Duck Hunt. I like Duck Hunt. I played him a little bit, and his moveset is so wacky. It's pretty fun. And I think you like him more than Peach, don't you? Oh, you talk about Mario Party too.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. Oh, I have a very soft spot for Peach. It's probably part of it is probably because it's a girl in a video game, and I I that is a draw for me. If there's like female representation in a video game, I'm a little more inclined to play. I don't know what that says about me.
That you like representation.
That I like representation. Yeah, okay. So when we would play Smash on the Wii, I would always play Peach. And Jacob would get really mad because I'd just kick. But it was great when Jacob had a really high percentile and I just kick and completely knock him off the board.
Percentage, not percentile. We're not talking about health tests, Lindsay.
I'm sorry. So I like them both. I think I like Duck Hunt a little more. That one's a little more nostalgic for me. So I have a better grasp of how to play that character too. I just end up button smashing, but
yeah, and that usually is your downfall. Because when you go off stage, you go, "Oh no!" and then press every single button on the controller and push every single direction.
But after you told me how to do the thing, I kept trying to do that, and then my character would just keep falling, and I'm like, Jacob told me to push these 2 buttons.
Yeah, well, that's how I do it every time. So.
Well, and it works for a little bit, and then I'm just too far down, and so I get back up, and then it quits, and then I just go, shoo.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
We've been playing a lot of Mario Party, too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad I got that, because Mario Party is a lot of fun. But I think I bought the wrong one, because there's another one called Mario Party Superstars, I think. Because we have Super Mario Party, and it has, a bunch of older. It has more. I think it has more boards in it to play on, and I think the components are a little bit different. But I don't think I necessarily bought the wrong one. I think the Superstars is newer than the one that I bought, but it's okay. I mean, it's still fun. Mm-hmm. So, what's your favorite board in Superstar Mario Party?
Oh, geez.
Do you have one, or do you hate all of them?
I have a love-hate relationship with all of them. Oh, you're yawning. I thought you were going to sneeze on me. I think the one that I like the most is the rock people.
Womp's Temple or whatever?
Yeah.
Womp's Ruins, something like that?
Yeah. Well, I thought Domino was in the name. I don't know why.
It probably, I think you're right. Womp's Domino Ruins, something like that?
Yeah.
Because, there's that whole, if you hit one of those event squares, it drops a boulder on you.
Yeah, that's not why I like it.
Because there's the dominoes.
Yeah. I don't know, I have this obsession with getting as many allies as I possibly can.
It's a good map to have them on, too, because you have to go very far.
Yeah. And there are a lot of spots where you can get an ally. I think I'm counting 4 in my head that I know of.
1, 2, 3, 4. I count 3. No, 4. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So yeah. And the treasure chest part too, if you land on the right spot. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I like Mario Party. Maybe it's just because I'm really good at it. But, well, you have to understand my competition too, I guess. So,
Excuse me.
I play Daisy. I love Daisy.
Oh dear.
Daisy and Donkey Kong are my two. And Koopa. Don't forget Koopa. Never forget Koopa. I love Koopa. Also the Koopa hype train or whatever they're called. They're fun. I like them a lot.
They're so cute.
So, yeah, is your favorite just Peach? Or do you like Peach and Yoshi?
I I go between Peach and Yoshi. For a while I was playing just Peach, and then Yoshi was one of the NPCs that normally played with us, and he'd always end up in last, and I felt so bad. So that I started playing him, and I started winning. With Yoshi. But now I've won a few times with Peach too. So,
I think you're just getting better at the game.
oh that too. Yeah. So, it depends on the day. I've been playing Peach a little more than Yoshi. So.
Well, Yoshi's also been backstabbing you.
He has been. Peach. Yoshi has been very mean to me.
It really started after we accidentally played with a master Yoshi CPU.
Okay, that's not his fault. He was just possessed.
Right. Yeah. Right. That was a lot of fun though, playing with that master CPU.
Lucky, I want to play with another one, and I think I've said that to you before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how we can play with just one. I think we have to play with both.
Well, I don't think it was both because Rosa was still playing terribly.
Yeah, I know. That's what I just said. I said I don't know if we could just play with one.
Oh.
I think we have to play with both. That's what I said.
Okay.
Unless there's another CPU or another character out there that's like, I want to play with you guys, but I'm actually a master CPU, so.
Watch out for those. Those are ringers.
They're fun. It just adds a challenge. So. Yeah.
They're ringers.
I mean, it's whatever. So
I
how
know the
long
truth.
have we been playing Mario Party since Dad came? It was before Dad came out of the hospital because I got it while they were at the hospital. So I wanted to do something with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, give me 15 minutes. Then I came back and I was like, let's play this game.
Yeah. I thought that you had it before I came home from camp.
Okay, so me and Mom had played Mario Party like 4 and 5, or 5 and 6, something like that. The GameCube, the Mario Parties are on the GameCube, or at least 2 of them. But I had those, they're on here.
Oh, okay.
It rhymes with Remulator. It's an emulator.
Oh. Okay. Anyway.
Meaning I can play the game on a computer.
Got
I played those with Mom, and Mom liked those, even though she was really bad at them, because it was still. You have to understand they're old, so you have to if you want to play a game with them, they has to be a simple game. And I was like, well, it's basically a board game with a little bit extra.
Yeah.
So that's I think she'll be able to figure that out, and she was able to figure that out. So after we played Mario Party on the computer, and then me and you were playing, trying to do stuff, but you're like, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that. So, and I was like, I want to play Mario Party. Would you play it? And you were like, and I was like, well, I don't really want to bring down my computer, so I just got it. I just bought it, and I was like, okay, let's play. And then you were not instantly hooked. You were sort of hooked, sort of liked it. You were like, well, you're like,
Yeah, and then I was like, I kind of want to play again. And now that my first week at my new job, I would come home and be like, Jake, can we play Mario Party? Can we play Mario Party? Please, please, please. Because I needed, one, a break from work, and 2, a break from school, or an excuse not to do my homework. So yeah, and that was good.
Mm-hmm.
It is good. It's a good game. So.
Yeah, it's a good game. So What else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Not that.
Okay.
It's where you need like a zoom in of your face, just like, can't believe she just did that on camera.
Okay.
What else have we been playing? I've been watching you play Pokemon, just kind of over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh my word! Let me tell you about his selectiveness of his scar. What are the bunnies? The bunnies that you Venery. He caught 5 different ones, and each time he caught one, he went, "No, these suck," and threw them back. And now he has one that's really clingy, and I don't know if it does whatever. I don't understand. I don't claim to understand what he wants out of a Venery.
Venery, not Venery.
Bunnery. I'm sorry. I don't know what he wants, but I guess he got close with this one, and this one's really clingy, and it's evolved, and now it walks around with him, and it's honestly really adorable. But oh my word, he just kept going, "This isn't what I want!"
You should see the amount of Marills I have. I have 2 boxes full of Marills. Because I was looking for one that was adamant natured, meaning it has a plus attack bonus and a minus special attack bonus. 2 boxes full of Marills. I didn't find one, and I just gave up because I was tired. And so the Azumarill I have now is...
Wait, are those the bat things?
No.
Oh.
It's the
he got a crap ton of the bat Pokemon, too.
Zubat? I got like 3 of those. I caught Bat, Robin, and then Zoo-Girl, I think is what I named it. And it was a boy, I think, Zoo-Girl. And I'm using Robin because they had the best nature. I don't usually do that, I just did it this time. Because I wanted because Lopunny has really bad stats. So I wanted it to be as helped as possible by giving it a good nature.
But can't you play that game like Miitopia where you just feed it a bunch of food and it?
No, that's not how that works. That's not how Pokemon works.
Dang it.
So no, you can't do that. So what's your favorite Pokemon that I have? Do you want me to name them and describe them, or?
No, I like the tree one. That was really slow. It looks like a turtle.
Torterra? Yeah. I love Torterra. Torterra's my favorite Pokemon.
I thought Gengar was your favorite.
No, Gengar's never been my favorite.
That's what Mom told me.
She lied. Gengar has never been my favorite Pokemon.
Jacob, that's why she got you this one, like, Pokemon t-shirt, because she's like, he likes Gengar.
She bought me a Pokemon t-shirt?
Yeah, the red one. Actually, no. She was looking at a different one online, and it had 4 different Pokemon. And it had, like, a Pikachu, I think a Squirtle, something else, and a Gengar. And she's like, I kind of want to get this for Jacob because he likes Gengar.
I mean, I do like Gengar, but it's not my favorite Pokemon. It's Torterra, and Swellow are my 2 favorite Pokemon.
Okay.
Because I think it's really cute when Swellow makes a nest in his little tree. Not that it ever happens, but it should. Because in Torterra's Pokedex entry, it's like Pokemon make homes in the mountains on his back, like in the trees on his back, because Torterra doesn't move. That's his thing, and like it's so cool. I love Torterra so much. I also love Absol. Absol is also very cool. He's a Dark type Pokemon. Dark type's my favorite type, I think. Anyways, so you like Torterra the most?
Yeah, he looks cute. Scarbunny. I really like Scarbunny too.
Scorbunny?
Yeah, that one.
Is
it not Scarbunny?
No. Scorbunny.
Jacob, I don't do Pokemon.
Yeah, I can tell.
Oh wait, no, Eevee. Eevee has always been my favorite Pokemon.
Okay. I mean, that's a good choice. I like Eevee. Eevee's fine. I like Sylveon more than Eevee, which is the fairy type evolution of Eevee. So I guess, whatever. Miitopia is also pretty cool. But no, I really like Sylveon. Because the reason I like Sylveon so much is because I had an Eevee in Pokemon, I think Ultra Sun, like one of the first Pokemon games that I really clinged on to. And it randomly evolved into a Sylveon, which only happens when you have high friendship. And I was like, oh, it's a Sylveon! And I really like it now. So. And it has little ribbons. Like, and its Pokedex entry is like, it wraps its ribbons around people's hands that it likes. It's so cute.
That's so sweet!
I love Sylveon.
That's so pure. Oh my gosh.
Pokemon's awesome. Gengar haunts children and eats their dreams. In Cuba, wears the skull of his dead mother, which he then evolves into, so that's kind of awkward. He doesn't evolve into his own mother, he evolves into someone else's mother, I guess, but still. Gen 1 is weird. I don't like Gen 1. I mean, I like it because it's like the first one or whatever, but like Gen 2, I also hate. Gen 3 is where it's at. So. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Oga Oaf Ohm. This has been Og Oaf Ohm. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye!
Okay, thanks, Lindsey.